my real name is Nico. And for my DJ name, I used to call Meche Rebelle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any significance to that?
Yeah, Meche Rebelle, it's because in France, it means like you always like puffy hairs. And my mom is an hairdresser, and I really don't like to address for myself. So I never take care about my haircut. So I want to, at first I choose that name just because I want to have a name who sounds French. Because I'm really proud about the culture of French techno music, like the French touch. It's really famous all over the world. So I want a name who sounds French and who can fit on me. I don't like to address. I'm French, so it's Meche Rebelle. And I like to be different and a little bit aggressive. So the name Rebelle means I just want to be different. You know, be a DJ, it's quite difficult because you have a lot of concurrency. So time by time, you need to push your skills and try to be better to have more and more DJ sets.
Okay. Can I ask what skills are those? Are you working on anything in particular at the moment?
Now I'm trying to combine because before I was a DJ on vinyl, I started to mix when I was 20 years old. So I'm a DJ since 15 years old. And I starting on vinyl, I playing on CD too, and now I playing on software. But for me, software is quite boring. So I try to make a mix between software and live mix, and with controller and mixtable and scratching too. So now I working on a project to propose like a live remix show. So I will have just not turntables, just like a full controller, and I create my own loops. So because I am a producer too, I make my own music. So I want to put my own music with music from other and just press and play and make more like live remix show. It's not a DJ set, it's not a live set, it's between the live and the DJ set. So now I'm working on it. I need a lot of time for that, but I'm working on that just to... You need to push your skills really high and have lot of work at home to create your own loop, create your own music, select the music from other people to fit with your own music. So it's a lot of work now. You know, now, before when electronic music starts, it's just like a story about friends and really lovers people. And it was on vinyl, and after CD comes, and now it's numeric music, MP3 and everything. So, like website push people to have like a schedule for release. Yeah. So sometimes some label just sign you just because they have a hole in schedule. So you can put your own tracks online, but it's not because it's good, it's just because always a story about business. So the music I have on internet for selling and make money, it's just a story about business. It's not a story about real my music and real my love.
Yeah.
But I'm still proud to have something, to sell, because you always want people listen at you. Same if you don't make money or not be famous. Yeah, I can just, it's me, and when I will be there, it will stay, because it's just music. I think it's the way of a DJ, because many DJs think, or many people think DJ just like spinning some music. But no, not really. I love music. When I play for myself, I don't care about skills or something, because I can just press and play on Windows Media Player, and I'm happy with that. But when you play like a DJ, it's just sharing about the crowd and your feelings about music. So I think a DJ needs to introduce people in the DJ world. Like, I love this kind of music, so I need to play that music in the way to let people enjoy that. Because sometimes people love house music and pumping beats, so I can play some pumping beats for them, but it's not really what I like. So I just try to mix the pumping beats and the music I like, just to bring people and introduce people to a different world of music.
Okay.
Because I think DJ, it's not just a story about play music. Because everybody now with software can be a DJ really easily.
Yeah.
Be a DJ, it's more like, on my opinion, it's not for all DJs, but for me, I think I just want to introduce people to a different way of music, because electronic music is really huge, and every day it's more huge and huge. Same me, sometimes I see, oh, this is electro house or complex flow or drum and bass or dubstep. Same me, I'm a little bit confusing in any gender of electronic music. But we don't need to have a gender of electronic music. We can love a lot of different things, and the goal of a DJ just give to people something different, and so people can think, wow, I don't know about this music. It's not just a story about making beats. It's when you want to create music, it's more you want to share something from yourself, like a love story or like memories of your childhood. So I'm more interested about create something give me emotion, give me good feelings. Music without emotion, it's not really music. You can listen at mainstream radio or like big sound you can hear in famous nightclub. There is not really emotion. It's just music. You listen at that, and 3 weeks later you forget. No, I want to create music to. If one day I can do that, I just want to create like a music, and maybe 10 years later people will remember about that music, because when they listen at that, some 10 years after or 20 years after, they always like, yeah, I remember. I have a story on that music, and this music tell me a story. And I'm really passionate about skills of DJ. So I don't want to play rocks or play hip hop, because it's not really my skills. And if a DJ don't have good knowledge about what he do, he don't give a good value to music. So I prefer stay on my own skills, play electronic music, playing loop on vinyl, on CD or on software, because I know I'm good for that. Rock, like for hip hop, I love scratching, but hip hop DJ, for me, are the best DJ in the world, because they really know they play really fast and really have amazing skills. But me, I don't know how to do that. Sometimes I try. I have some little skills about scratching, but I'm not good for that. So if I'm not good, I don't want to give just a random DJ set to people. So I prefer stay in my own way playing. Sometimes I can put some reggae beats or rock beats on house music or on techno music, but it's just a little bit, because I know if I want to push that, I won't give something really interesting for people. Let people enjoy something really interesting than just... When you play in front of people, it's not like a training or DJ bedroom. You need to be good. You really need to be good. So I don't want to be randomless and just, oh, maybe I can do that. No, when you play in front of people, it's not time to be, maybe I can try that. You need to be sure about what you do.
Now, you mentioned you're also a producer, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I'm a producer now since, since 7 years.
Okay, and do you produce the same style that you spin, or is it a different thing?
It's more like a different things. Because when you're producing your own music, it's more like a story about yourself. You always want to tell a story about music. I can create some house music or some techno music, but for my own producing, I'm not really interested about that. I'm really interested about music and something really melodic, like playing with keyboards or guitar and mix natural sound and electronic sound. Sometimes I make house music, But for my own producing, I really prefer like really give something of myself. When I produce, it's often when something happens in my life. Like often it's a girl. Of course, yeah. Girls, it's always a story about bi. But sometimes I just try to produce just like mathematics music, but it never works. When I produce, it's because I'm happy or because I'm sad, or I have a new opportunities in life, so I just want to create something who can fit with that. It's my best way to produce music. And sometimes it's just because I make a mix on DJ set, I make a DJ set and I just create something interesting. I say, wow, that sound is good, so I record and after I work on that sound just because I think producing electronic music, sometimes it just, oh, you find something really good. You find this track and this track is really good together. You just take a part and you work all around that just to make it pumping. It's more like a mathematics producing. I like to do that because it's really pumping and interesting about techniques. So I have two ways of producing. Sometimes it's feeling. When it's feeling, it's really different than pumping producing. Because you can make track to dance and you can make track to explain yourself.
Okay. So at what point do you decide that this music is finished and it's ready to go?
In fact, I never have this point. So when I create something, for me it's never finished. Like some track I do 5 years ago, for me it's not finished. Because how can you have a real good point of view about what you do? You know, like a lot of people say only God can judge me. But me, I make music, so only people can judge my music. If I can't judge my own producing, for me it's never finished. Because it's always, maybe it's because I don't trust in myself, maybe. Or maybe because I don't have good feedbacks on my music. I think each track, because when you create a track, it was at the moment. So when you listen at your track, maybe 2 months or 3 months later, you will think, oh, maybe I can do that on that way. I always take a look on my work, because I'm never sure about what I do. Because only people can judge me, so sometimes on my DJ set I play my own tracks, and I can have like a good feedback about what I do. But same with the feedback of the people, of the crowd, I never finish. I think I want to be maybe too much perfect, so I never finish. For me, it's never finished. It never finished.
Where can people find some things that you've done already then?
So Beatport, you know, like the major website. I'm on Beatport and Geno Download. On MySpace, SoundCloud, or Facebook, like typical social network. Because now I don't have like physical copy, I don't have CD or vinyl. I expect maybe one day I can press my own vinyl. Because vinyl is just, icon of electronic music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can keep it for forever. It won't go away.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Like it's your baby.